Welcome back, my friends. It's great to see everyone, old friends or even lucky YouTube let me meet new wonderful friends. First of all, I wish everyone peace and have a great time listening to my confidences. Fear is a universal human experience, a shadow that lingers in the corners of our minds, whispering doubts about new ventures, social interactions, or personal growth. Whether it's the gnawing anxiety of public speaking, the dread of being judged, or the paralyzing uncertainty of stepping into the unknown, fear can stifle our potential. Yet, there's a scientifically backed strategy to dismantle these barriers: the mere exposure effect. As the legendary philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson once declared, "Do the thing you fear, and the death of fear is certain." By embracing repetition and familiarity, we can transform fear into confidence, hesitation into action, and doubt into opportunity. This article explores the mere exposure effect, its benefits and potential pitfalls, and how it can be a game changer in both personal and professional spheres, complete with a compelling case study from a business titan. The mere exposure effect, pioneered by Polish psychologist Robert Zajonc in the 1960s, is a psychological phenomenon that suggests the more we are exposed to something, the more we perceive it as familiar and safe, provided it poses no harm. This principle is rooted in our brain's preference for predictability, which reduces anxiety and fosters trust. As motivational speaker Tony Robbins asserts, the quality of your life is in direct proportion to the amount of uncertainty you can comfortably live with. The mere exposure effect leverages this by turning the unfamiliar into the familiar through consistent, non-threatening encounters, whether with people, environments, or ideas. 5 harms of misapplying the mere exposure effect. While the mere exposure effect is a powerful tool, its misuse can lead to unintended consequences. Here are 5 potential harms. Reinforcing negative associations. If exposure is paired with harmful or unpleasant experiences, familiarity can breed distrust rather than safety. For instance, repeatedly encountering a toxic colleague in a workplace setting might amplify fear or resentment instead of reducing it. Overexposure leading to annoyance. Excessive presence without value can irritate others. Imagine a marketer spamming a group with irrelevant posts. This overexposure can alienate potential clients, undermining trust. False sense of security. Familiarity doesn't always equal safety. Repeated exposure to a risky behavior, like ignoring financial red flags, might make it feel normal, leading to poor decision-making. Stagnation from comfort. Over-relying on familiarity can trap individuals in comfort zones, discouraging innovation. A professional who only networks within familiar circles may miss out on diverse opportunities. Misjudging character. Frequent exposure to someone who appears harmless but acts selfishly can lead to misplaced trust. This is particularly dangerous in business deals or personal relationships where intentions are masked. 5 benefits of the mere exposure effect. When applied thoughtfully, the mere exposure effect offers transformative advantages. Here are 5 key benefits. Conquering personal fears. Gradual exposure to fears such as public speaking or phobias desensitizes the brain, reducing anxiety. For example, practicing short speeches in front of a mirror can make larger audiences feel less daunting over time. Building trust in professional settings. Consistent, value-driven presence in professional communities fosters trust. A freelancer who regularly shares insightful content in industry groups becomes a go-to expert, attracting clients effortlessly. Enhancing social connections. Regular attendance at social events like classes or meetups makes you a familiar face, easing interactions. This can turn strangers into allies as familiarity breeds comfort. Boosting career opportunities. Being visible in academic or workplace settings increases your chances of being noticed for promotions or opportunities. A student who sits in the front row and engages with professors is more likely to be recommended for internships. Empowering new experiences. Exposure to unfamiliar ideas like solo travel or entrepreneurship normalizes them, reducing fear. Watching travel vlogs or reading startup stories can make these ventures feel achievable, paving the way for action. Applying the mere exposure effect in life. The beauty of the mere exposure effect lies in its simplicity and versatility. Consider a budding entrepreneur aiming to break into a competitive market, such as graphic design. Joining an online design community, they might initially feel intimidated by established professionals. However, by consistently posting tutorials, critiquing others' work constructively, and answering questions, they become a familiar presence. Over weeks, their name becomes synonymous with expertise and clients begin reaching out. This isn't about aggressive self-promotion but about showing up authentically. As Oprah Winfrey wisely noted, "You become what you believe, not what you think or what you want." In personal life, the effect is equally potent. Many fear new social environments, like starting a fitness class or joining a book club. The first session might feel awkward, but attending regularly transforms you into a familiar face. By the third or fourth session, conversations flow naturally as others perceive you as safe. As author Paulo Coelho reminds us, when we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes better too. Small, consistent steps toward visibility can dismantle social anxiety. For students, the mere exposure effect can unlock unexpected opportunities. Sitting in the front row, asking questions and greeting professors regularly make you memorable. This familiarity can lead to mentorship or job recommendations, as teachers associate you with reliability. Even deep-seated fears like phobias can be addressed. Someone afraid of heights might start by watching videos of high-altitude adventures, gradually building tolerance until the fear subsides. As Nelson Mandela famously said, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it." Sarah Blakely and the Power of Familiarity. Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx and one of the world's most influential entrepreneurs, exemplifies the mere exposure effect in action. When launching Spanx in the early 2000s, Blakely faced skepticism in a male-dominated retail industry. Undeterred, she tirelessly pitched her product to department stores, personally demonstrating Spanx to buyers and customers. Her consistent presence at trade shows, stores, and media outlets made her and her brand increasingly familiar to consumers. As she shared in a 2019 Forbes interview, "I kept showing up even when doors were slammed in my face. Familiarity built trust, and trust built my business." By repeatedly exposing retailers and customers to her product without pushing aggressively, Blakely turned Spanx into a household name, proving that persistence and visibility can overcome even the toughest barriers. Blakely's story underscores a critical lesson. The mere exposure effect thrives on authenticity and value. Her genuine passion for solving a real problem, uncomfortable undergarments, resonated with audiences, amplifying the effect of her consistent presence. As she once said, "Don't be intimidated by what you don't know. That can be your greatest strength." Her journey from door-to-door sales to billionaire status illustrates how familiarity, paired with integrity, can transform fear into opportunity. Practical steps to leverage the mere exposure effect. To harness the mere exposure effect, start with these actionable steps. Identify your fear. Pinpoint what scares you, public speaking, networking, or a new hobby, and commit to facing it gradually. Show up consistently. Join relevant groups, attend events, or engage online. Regular presence is key to building familiarity. Add value. Share knowledge, offer help, or contribute meaningfully. This ensures your presence is positive, not intrusive. Start small. If tackling a phobia, begin with low-stakes exposure, like watching related content, before progressing to real-world encounters. Be patient. Familiarity takes time. Trust the process as small exposures compound into significant change. Avoiding pitfalls and maximizing impact. To avoid the harms of misapplying the mere exposure effect, focus on authenticity and value. Ensure your presence doesn't overwhelm or exploit others, and pair exposure with positive actions. For instance, a business professional should share expertise rather than spam promotions, while someone overcoming social anxiety should engage respectfully rather than forcing interactions. As Maya Angelou profoundly stated, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." Your goal is to be a safe, trusted presence, not a disruptive one. The mere exposure effect is a testament to the power of persistence. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur, a student, or someone battling personal fears, the path to success lies in showing up, again and again, until fear fades and opportunity emerges. As Sarah Blakely's journey and countless others prove, familiarity is a currency of trust that can unlock doors you never thought possible. So, take that first step today, join that group, attend that class, or face that fear. As Zig Ziglar inspires us, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Embrace the mere exposure effect, and let it guide you to a fearless, fulfilling life.